Last week, we talked a little bit about the terms oligarchy and kleptocracy, government by a few fat, powerful elites, government by those who seek to simply aggrandize themselves and take resources and power. We looked at the definitions, we talked about it in some detail last week. And then over the weekend, we are presented with such a perfect example of this. As many of you know, Elon Musk, arguably the richest man in the world. Maybe Putin has more money. It's not clear. It doesn't really matter. Elon's very, very rich. Elon Musk has made an investment. And that investment is that he has dumped hundreds of millions of dollars into helping Donald Trump become president. He hangs out with Trump. He's Trump's friend to the extent that Donald Trump is able to have friends. And now Elon Musk is ready to cash in because documents show that Donald Trump's team wants to ditch a car crash reporting rule that Tesla hates. And if this is successfully done, Tesla gets a big gift from the Trump administration. Reuters has an exclusive report. Trump team wants to scrap car crash reporting rule that Tesla opposes. This is a rule that makes companies report crashes involving advanced driving systems. Now, because Tesla was very early to release some of these systems, the autopilot and full self-driving, as a result, this rule makes it so that Tesla has to turn in more data than anybody else. This makes Tesla look like the main offender. Now, as many of you know, I used to have Tesla stock. I no longer do. I have a Tesla lease for like 6 more weeks, and then finally I will be getting rid of it. I've tried to be as transparent as possible. It is absolutely the case that these systems, in my opinion, are not ready for prime time. I've used them myself, but that they're just not. It is also the case that if you're the one reporting most of the data, it makes you look bad. That's absolutely true. What Elon Musk wants to do is stop all of it. And with Donald Trump in power, it looks like he just might be able to do that. As Associated Press reports, documents related to Trump's transition finds that the incoming Trump administration wants to drop the car crash reporting requirement. It just so happens that Elon Musk is against this requirement. It just so happens that this is a requirement that Tesla is against. So think about what that means. It's not about making roads safer. If you cancel this requirement, it's not safer to drive around. It is about favors for a guy who threw gobs of money at Donald Trump's presidential campaign. Is it a kakistocracy where the worst run the show? Is it a kleptocracy where those in power steal for themselves? It's probably both. Without the car crash reports, regulators lose a way to watch what Tesla is up to, or any manufacturer that is employing and enabling these advanced driving systems. It shouldn't just apply to Tesla, it should apply to everybody, and it does. That means more secrecy rather than more transparency. And this is apparently how it works now. In a way, it's worked like this for a while, but it's now overt. It used to be a little more hidden. Donors help elect a president, and then they get what they want. It's not subtle. It's not about the public good. It's about Musk scratches Trump's back, and then Trump scratches Elon Musk's back. And this is one of the kind of side benefits of spending $250 million to buy the Trump presidency. What we have, if we zoom out, is a situation where the president-elect is heavily influenced by whatever Elon Musk wants. And you know, it's fun. It's almost cliche, and I say this kind of tongue-in-cheek. If you said to most Trump voters in a vacuum, hey, do you like the idea of an African American who at one point worked illegally in the United States being the biggest donor to Trump and controlling what Trump does behind the scenes? Most people would probably say no. Now, I know many of you are saying, what do you mean African American? Elon Musk's South African. I know it's sort of like tongue in cheek, and most people don't think of a white guy when they think of African American. But the point here is, in the abstract, what is going on, you would think all of these MAGAs would say some immigrant from Africa is going to come here and tell Trump what to do. No way in hell. Well, they cheer the guy now. When he goes up on stage and jumps around like a lunatic, they cheer him and they seem to love it. And this is how it works. Elon Musk now has Trump's ear. Peter Thiel, who we will look at in a moment, Peter Thiel has JD Vance's ear. And it's the Musk-Thiel presidency. Those were not campaign contributions merely to be nice or merely because Elon thought Trump would be better for America. They were investments in a guy who is then going to help Donald Trump out. Now, as I've said before, I am embarrassed to still drive a Tesla for just a few more weeks. I sold all my stock. I want nothing to do with the cars. I was recently texting with someone from Tesla who said, David, we would love to get you into another Tesla. What would it take? And I said, how quickly can you get Elon Musk to not be involved? And I never heard back from them. So I want nothing to do with the cars. I want nothing to do with Elon Musk or the company or all of it. And if we zoom out, what we are really seeing here is the self-destruction of a nation. They will arm all of the angry lunatics. They will cut food regulations. They will cut environmental regulations. They will demolish education. The rich will still be able to pay for the really great private schools, but they will demolish public education. They will hurt unions and organized labor. RFK and Trump are going to have a conversation about ending childhood vaccination. I'll talk to you about that tomorrow. They will eliminate social safety nets if they can. They'll legislate forced birth. And meanwhile, if you've got 250 million burning a hole in your pocket to help Trump get elected, you will get whatever the hell you want. All right, so that's Elon Musk. Let's now talk about Peter Thiel. Data brokers are continually collecting extensive details about your online behavior, address, phone number, email, financial information, even political views. This sensitive information about you can easily be found on public data search sites by anybody, could be an ex, could be an employer. And these brokers sell the data to other businesses and even government agencies like the FBI and NSA, who can buy it in bulk to surveil Americans without a search warrant. Scammers and spammers also get your details from these lists, and that's why you get the text messages and the calls and the emails. But you can stop it. Our sponsor, Incogni, will send removal requests to data brokers who are legally obligated to comply. If any of your information remains online, Incogni will follow up and ensure that it's taken down. Incogni keeps you informed every step of the way, and it just saves you countless hours of work that would be nearly impossible to do on your own. I use Incogni, and what they've managed to do is remarkable. Go to incogni.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman for 60% off. The link is below.